Hello cookbook friends and welcome. We're going to look through masala, recipes from India, the land of spices. In the very beginning, we have a pretty comprehensive introduction. Let me show you the table of contents first. Here's what this looks like. We have recipes here, all divided into pretty simple sections, so vegetables, condiments, seafood, rice, breads, etc. But really, there's a large portion of this book, pretty long, about the history of India, spices, pantry staples, etc. So here is the history, which is very cool. It's kind of hard. Indian history is so long, so this is a very brief history, but it does touch on a lot of important features as far as like food goes, including like American influences, British influences, Ayurvedic influences. So lots of really cool stuff in here that I think is really great if you just want to read through this yourself and learn a little bit more about Indian food and culture and just how rich and spectacular it truly is. It's seriously like some of my favorite. We have the story of spices, so different spices. There's a lot of unique spices that are Indian, and learning about maybe substitutes or things like that, or things that maybe you can't really substitute, like you can try, but it's not as successful. So let's go to the actual recipes because that's probably why you're here. Here, let me show you what this all looks like. Let's begin with pancakes and eggs. How awesome. So there's like dosas, which is so much fun. Here, let me flip the page. So we have here step-by-step photos on how to make dosas. We have our list of ingredients, so not a ton. They are listed in US measurements. And then we have some additional stuff in here. So it says coconut oil or ghee. You can make it yourself or you can buy it at the store. I do recommend just making it. It's not too difficult. Then we have history and how to actually make it, the directions. And it's kind of like building blocks. So this is a simple dosa, but then we move on to something a little more complicated. Some fillers that you can put in the dosas, how to add more flavor to the dosas. So that's really, really cool. So here's some more. This is samosas. If you've ever wanted to make your own samosa, here's some step-by-step photos of that. I wished I could. So there's no indication, well, actually I lied. So it doesn't say, there's not a notation on the recipe that's like GF, vegan, that sort of thing. But here you'll see, there are variations. I just saw it. Where did it go? Here we go. Variations. And I know it's difficult to see. It says plant-based pav bhaji. So skip the eggs and mayo and replace the ghee with coconut oil and use olive oil for the finishing touch. Leave out the cheese or replace it with chopped toasted almonds or cashews. So they do give sometimes variations more towards the end. So read the whole recipe first before you start. All right, let's check out some of the vegetable section here. This is cherry tomato salad. It's super vibrant, really beautiful. Very red. I love it. Brussels blueberry salad. I have to be honest, usually I like having a green or a salad with everything I cook. But for Indian food, for some reason, my family is always so used to just getting a whole bunch of different curries. And then we fill ourselves up. So I'm trying to find different things to not accommodate, but things to serve with curries. So it's not just a curry fest, which is great. So salads and other vegetables would be great, and I'm glad for this chapter. Here we have a cactus curry. That's so cool and interesting. That's even an option, like something with more vegetables. Here, if it would let me turn, we have a Punjabi cauliflower, beautifully spiced, so delicious. This is a saag, and I love saag paneer. Unfortunately, my husband doesn't, but it's great. Learning different variations. This looks like it has a sweet potato or a squash. This is sorry if I pronounce this wrong, a undaya. Beautiful. Love that. I want to know what the drink is too. It looks really refreshing. Now we have a legumes chapter. A tomato rasam. I'm not sure how this is in the legumes chapter. I like the It's almost like a Bloody Mary. Here we have a mushroom bean stew. That looks really good, and I've never had anything like that before. Oh, very short. Hold on. I don't want to skip too many things. Oh, here we go. We have a 3 dal stew. Love dal stews. Those are so good. Perfect for wintertime. Here, we're getting onto the meat. This is a coconut crab dip. That looks very tasty and pretty. A Kerala crawfish stew. Again, I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. It looks pretty though. I love that. And it looks really easy to make. There's not a ton of ingredients in here, and the instructions are pretty straightforward. This is a patra fish. Love the herb. Like, it looks so herbaceous and beautiful. Yum. Rogan Josh. There is a butter chicken recipe in here too. So there are some like things that a lot of, at least my family, is so used to getting. A Goa pork. Yum. Beja masala on toast. You can have some variations on your breakfast instead of just, pretty standard eggs and bacon and potatoes, although that's a luxury item. And cereal, you could do something a little different and tasty. This is a grapefruit chili chutney. That looks amazing. I have a grapefruit sitting there waiting to be used. I should probably do that. That sounds so good. We can make our own naan. Wondering if they do have a variation on naan. No, they don't, for gluten-free, but that's okay. And we have a rice chapter, of course. And this is clearly not the rice chapter. That's the drinks and desserts. Let me at least show you one rice dish. We have that's a masala biscuit. We're in the breads. The rice section is very small. Oh, here we go. We have a rice pilaf. So this one is stunning. It's a pomegranate, and I'm wondering if this other one next to it is the Swiss chard pilaf. So then we also have drinks and desserts. Of course, we have a masala chai. I just kind of need to. A lassi, which these look so pretty. And then let's see if we can get a bake. We have a kulfi. I've never had those before, but they look delicious. And then, of course, the indica cookies. Beautiful. So if you are looking for a very comprehensive Indian cookbook, including some food history, I highly recommend Masala. It's got a lot of good stuff in here. And you get to learn just a lot about the fundamentals of Indian cooking and the foundations so that you can build on things and maybe recreate some of the things that are your favorites that might not even be in here, but there's a lot of great stepping stones here. So check this out. If you're looking for something else, we do have a ton of Indian cookbooks. We have an entire playlist or just other cookbooks. Make sure to join us on our socials. Those are listed in the description down below. And to subscribe, to follow, let us know what cookbook you want us to look through next time. And thanks so much for watching.